Oh, for Pete's sake. Okay. Okay. Well, whatever. Whatever. Oh, I'm too shaky. I can't do this. Okay, we're just gonna see how this goes. So I've been thinking about some stories and that go along with some of these silly songs that I've been playing on my piano. Strangely or not strangely enough, piano playing is good for my brain. It's good for the muscles in my hands. It's good for my heart. It's good for my stress levels. Similar to physical activity, they say you're supposed to get regular or daily exercise, get your blood pumping. When you do that, then you can't reverse the disease, but you can reduce your symptoms and generally cope better with the symptoms than if you don't. And the studies I found, they say that music has a similar benefit for all kinds of people, but with people with Parkinson's, their symptoms seem to be better on the days when they involve music. And one of the studies they found was piano playing. And so you guys all get to be included in that. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Just scroll by. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. Okay, story. In the first year that I was a nurse, brand new nurse, so this is now over 25 years ago, I worked nights on a med-surg / cardiac floor, busy floor. Of course, we were understaffed. We were dealing with some really serious things, and then also it was the floor where we just kind of got everything. You nurses, you know. And so I was working my 12-hour shifts, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And we had a patient on the floor who at night would become confused. Working with these same group of nurses, it would get to a certain point, 10 or 11 at night, and this person would start yelling and screaming for God, screaming. We would go in and we would tell this person, you're not alone. We're here. What do you need? What can we get for you? And nothing we could do would calm this person down. So it's our third shift. We've now taken turns. Each of us have taken turns with this patient just because it's so emotionally and physically taxing. By the third night, I thought to myself, I'm gonna show the whole crew of nurses like how awesome I am. I was young. I was very young. And this was before computer charting. It was paper charting, so I grabbed all of my paper charts and I took them into this person's room and I sat down at their bedside. And I'm just gonna be here and I'm gonna talk to this person. I'm gonna let them know that they're not alone and I'll get my work done and this person will be calm. Everybody on the floor will be calm and I will look amazing. So I grab my stack of charts and I sit down next to their bed and I start charting and this person starts yelling. Just despair. That's all I can say. Just despair and utter hopelessness for this person who they didn't know where they were. They didn't know what was going on. All they wanted was God, and God was not answering them. I'd say, no, everything's okay. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. And no amount of comforting helped. In fact, it almost made this person worse. I was not what they were looking for at all. And so then I was distressed. I wanted this person to not feel so lonely, to not feel so hurt. As my patient got more and more anxious, and as my patient called even louder and louder for God to hear them, I began to echo their prayer, like, God, like, we need you, like, we need you here. like now, like my patient is distressed, I'm distressed, everybody's distressed. My charge nurse at the time, he didn't have many words to say. He was a great nurse. He just really didn't speak much. But when he did, you listened. His words, they held a lot of weight. I'm sitting in my patient's room. My patient is not hearing God respond. My charge nurse is sitting out at the main nurse's station. And all of a sudden I hear over the intercom into my patient's room that I'm sitting in, I hear my charge nurse's voice come over, deep voice. And he said, "This is God, go to sleep." And I was like, oh, I cannot believe you did that. What is gonna happen? Just flabbergasted. And he said it one more time. "This is God, go to sleep." And my patient immediately sat back in the bed and fixed their blankets and settled back into their pillow, and they went to sleep. Now that I'm not much wiser, but have some perspective, I know that the charge nurse's voice wasn't truly the voice of God, but wasn't it? I mean, God was there. You know what? God is here. Maybe he just needed to use the charge nurse on the intercom to let the patient know. We all ask that question. We all scream out at different points in our life. Seriously? Is anybody out? Is anybody listening? I keep praying. What is happening? And that's understandable. How can you not when you've got really dumb things that you're dealing with? I think sometimes we either refuse to listen, or we fill up our ears and our mind and our heart with other things where we're not hearing the answer.